What's going on, family? What's going on? Figured I'd just go live and see what's going on out in the Instagram sphere. See if anybody comes on. But hopefully you guys are having a good night. Sunday, the week is about to start. You know, such is life. Can't believe it's crazy when you really think about this. Um, One thing that's true, it's like this was like a year ago in 2020. A year ago in 2020, this was considered like the last normal week before everything went to what because of the pandemic. That's the crazy thing when you really think about it. Yeah, I know I keep popping out because I'm moving around, but it's all good. But yeah, it's like it's literally been a year since the pandemic started, and this was the last week in 2020 that was considered to be normal. Um, so let me know in the comment section where you were at, where you were living at, how this, because like I said, this should be considered, it's like a year anniversary. I made videos within the last week, and I'm like, I'm claiming it's been a year, but no, today, I saw on social media somebody was like, who would have thought that this was the last? They took a picture of themselves and their family, excuse me, and they were actually, I believe they were at Niagara Falls, and then this time of year, it's ice cold up there in Niagara Falls, New York, and Niagara Falls, Canada. So it was, a friend of mine took his family up there, but it was like the last, this March 7th right now. So this was like the last week in 2020 before the whole pandemic and all the shutdowns were taking place. So that's the crazy part about now, and that's why I said, let me make a live video about this because it's a trip, real talk. When you really boils down to it, it's really crazy when you really think about it that, this is the anniversary, 2021, life before the pandemic, life when it was normal to, go to work every day, every single day for most people. You still have a lot of people that had to go to work every single day, especially people in the, mission central positions, people that are, blue collar workers. But, we weren't going to work every day with our face, covered like this, Oh, it's not, but, we weren't going in there with the face mask on. And, first, it was weird because, you have to go there. I was going with the plastic gloves and the face mask every single day. I mean, when I would have to go to the grocery store. And then it got to the point where my gym was closing. The gym's closed down because my gym was like the last gym in the county to still remain open. And the deal with the county that they made was you could only have a certain amount of people in the gym. And I think it lasted for like 3 or 4 months, but it sucked. I will say that, hey, I'm all for the social distancing, but it sucked. And I know there's even certain places, certain states where, people have not, the gyms have not fully opened. You can work that, like they've set up outside gyms, like places like California. But because I went to Texas to work out, to visit friends and family. But I went to the LA Fitness there. And, people were social distancing. People had their mask on for the most part. Some people did. Most people did. Some people didn't. But, it's a personal thing. I think at this point, like I said, with it being a year now, it's like if you're going to wear your mask, if you walk into a business and they say you got to wear it, then you have to wear it. But if you walk, like a place like Texas is fully opening 100%. It's their prerogative. But it's at this point, it's like there's no political debate crap, okay? Especially for the adults. I'm talking to the adults. Make a choice. Wear the mask, don't wear the mask. Don't be the child and go on social media saying it's not right. I'm going to complain about it. It's like, well, wear your mask. No one's telling you not to. I mean, no one's telling you it's illegal for you to wear your face mask if you go into a facility. So at this point, it's a personal choice. You do it, you do it. You don't, you don't. My mindset is, it's like people driving on the highway. Not everybody abides by the speed limit. Not everybody has seatbelts and whatnot. That's where restoration companies make a lot of money. That's where counties and cities make a lot of money because people don't obey the laws. So they have to pay the price, because I don't care what state you live in, it costs you money to go to go to jail nowadays, especially if you live in the deep south. They're gonna make sure that you're gonna pay restitution one way or another if you commit a crime. So, but that's just what it is. It's like, at this point, excuse me, I'm not even gonna say it's a personal choice. I mean, at this point, it's like you're an adult. If you want to be safe, then you do take your precautions. You don't need to have the law to tell you common sense stuff. And for those that don't, then hey, and they catch something, it is what it is. I look at it as like it's less people on the highway. So, but yeah, it's crazy that it's been a year now. Really, just boiling down to it, it has been a year since this pandemic has happened, and what a ride, because we started off in 2020 with so many plans. I know I did. I was expecting to get a lot more things accomplished from a real estate perspective in 2020, but especially with a lot of friends of mine that I was talking about doing business with, but the whole virus just put everything at a standstill. So who would have thought, right? But yeah, it just put everything at a standstill. I guess the only upside for me is I was able to cut down a lot of debt because I wasn't going anywhere. So I wasn't going on vacations and wasn't even taking trips to see my rental properties like that. So a lot less movement, gassing up. I know I went at least 2 months without putting gas in my vehicle, because only place I was driving to before they even shut down the gym was driving to the store, driving to the grocery store, and driving to the gym. That was it. And then when they shut the gyms down, I only went to the grocery store, so I left the house even less. So because it's not like you could go out and have fun or whatnot, because they shut down the gyms, they shut down the restaurants. So the only place I could go to literally was go to the grocery store. They need to go to the gas station because I was only going to the grocery store. And I even got the hang of, ordering my food and having it delivered to the house. So, it's just, the pandemic really and truly expedited the whole stay-at-home economy. And now that it's, this week makes it officially a year. Who would have thought, man? It's just, now the new norm is, being outside with your, or going to a store with your face mask on, keeping your face mask on, even though I see places, even the state I come from, Virginia, are getting a little bit more relaxed on that because the cases are going down, which is a good thing. Like I said, I think most reasonable people can say, yeah, we want the cases to go down. It seems like the various stages of the vaccine have been rolling out. So, we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, whatever your position is, I'm rooting for a vaccine to work. I'm rooting for people to be safe. I'm rooting for people so we can get back to some sort of normalcy, especially when it comes to traveling again. That's my whole thing. It's just like, if you ask me anything I miss the most about, and I've said this 1,000 times, about life before the pandemic, it is traveling. So, and even more so, I just got finished. I'm going to do a video tomorrow about a lot of the youth, millennial generation traveling back and forth to not only just Africa specifically, but to a lot of other foreign countries. I know people. I mean, heck, businesses want people to get back to traveling again, but I want to get back to it. And this staying at home and only going to work and going to work out thing, and living on social media. And it's cool because, a lot of social media is my bread and butter. Thanks again all for the Cash Apps and the PayPals, and thank you for the purchasing of the products in the online store. But yeah, I'm ready to get back to the norm of traveling again, the norm of engaging with people face to face again, not just online. So it's been a year. It's the year anniversary. So I figured I'd just make a video about this now and go live, because just who would have ever thought that it would have lasted this long, the whole pandemic. There's no other way to put it. It's like, who would have thought that this thing would have morphed into what it is? And I mean, heck, at this time, last year, Donald Trump was still president. Like I said, I'm not getting political, but it's just amazing how, many things have changed a year. The year 2020, a lot of crazy things happened, not even just with the pandemic, but just with the George Floyd, the protests all over the country, riots, you know what I mean? a lot of perspective was brought into into play in 2020. So, and we're in 2021. We're in the third month, and it's just time. No matter what the situation may be, time is flying by. Now Joe Biden is president, and people are about to get another stimulus check. So, like I said, I think it's a good thing, but it's to the people that are, especially to my folks that are working. This is just a good time. Look, to me, it's like this: if you're working or if you've been getting unemployment, this is a time for you to do two things with your money. Not giving out financial advice. I'm giving out common sense advice. Okay, you've gotten your third stimulus check. If these three checks, if you haven't been able to make yourself whole, especially as a working person, to have a significant amount of savings. To me, because most working contrary to popular belief, most working people don't even have $300 to $500 in their bank account. So with this stimulus check, it's like, okay, this is number three, número tres, mi amigos, mi amigas, mi gente. This is a chance for you all to be like, hey, I can invest some money finally into something. Because one thing I could say, people have gotten, love it or hate it, people have gotten more averse in investments, especially two specific areas, stock market and cryptocurrency. And people are going to continuously want to learn more because they don't want to, the smart people don't want to ever be put in this position again. Let's just put it like that, to where that they're constantly living paycheck to paycheck. If their job goes away, they're not going to be just over broke. They're going to be broke. So most normal people don't want to get put in that position again. And they know that the only way to ensure that they have a fighting chance of not getting put in that position again is to learn how to make money while they sleep. That's the biggest takeaway to take away from this pandemic, is to learn how to make money while you sleep. There's nothing like me getting an email or a notification from one of my apps saying that cash just hit my my stash or my Acorn account or my my GS Partners account and whatnot, because somebody signed up and I need to, I give them a call as soon as they signed up and they purchased a package and whatnot. There's nothing like that passive income feeling that I got the rent check from my tenants and whatnot, because that's, there's nothing like that. I'm just going to, nothing like getting an order, fulfilled and whatnot on my store. Not saying that I'm not bragging or anything of that nature. I'm just saying there's pride in getting a paycheck as well, but there's pride in being able to make money when you sleep. When you wake up in the morning and look at your cell phone and see that money's hit your account, or money's hit one of the apps that you got money invested in. I'm just going to put it like that. That is a cool feeling, and that needs to become the new norm. All right. Anyway, it doesn't look like anybody's coming on tonight. Figured, but like I said, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on Facebook, whether you're watching on Instagram, give me your perspective, because this is the year anniversary. So give me your perspective, family. Really do. Please give me your perspective, because this is your anniversary, man. It's like, this was the week where, we all got that, hey, man, things are shutting down. A lot of people got the, hey, you can't go back to work. I mean, I know that was a feeling of like, what? Even for people that still had a job, but they were like, yeah, you're going to be working from home. Now, most people were like, yeah, and a lot of people like, heck no. Like, I remember hearing about people talking about, yeah, if I'm around my wife too long, then, we might end up getting a divorce, or they're going to have me give me the honey to-do list, because I think like this year has shown, hey, the strength of a lot of couples. Hey, can you make it? Can you stand being around your partner that long? You know what I mean? So, and this is another thing about the pandemic, because a lot of people, their job is their life. It's nothing wrong. There is something wrong with that. No, forget that. There is something wrong with that. Even the people with the most advanced skill sets and educations and whatnot, don't ever let your job be your life. You can be great at your job. You can be passionate about your job, but your job should never be your life. Your family should be your life. The hobbies and things that you love should be your life. Don't ever let your job be your life, because I've ran into many people within the past year, and it's kind of boggled my mind that they have literally lost it because they cannot be in the office and they have to be at home so much. They've literally lost it because work isn't as busy as it once was. And I'm like, that shows me how sad your life is. I'm just going to call it like I see it. If you can't enjoy life without your job, There's a problem there. I've been on vacation multitude of times. I see people happy to be there, and I've heard people. It's crazy thing is like I've heard people like for a lot of people that they can even afford it. They still and before the pandemic, they still would have a staycation because they don't want to ever leave their community and leave their home and whatnot. And then one friend, distant acquaintance, I won't say a friend, he was the kind of person that didn't want to leave his town, didn't want to leave his state, in his comfort zone. Once he got a chance to go someplace known as Las Vegas, Nevada, he ended up going back there again 6 months later because it was that one, just taking that one chance of stepping outside of your comfort zone. Because the comfort zone is a death sentence, whether it's a job, a business, or where you live at. Never get too comfortable, family. If the pandemic hasn't taught you that, I don't know what will. I already knew that before the pandemic happened, but because we don't grow when we're comfortable. We grow when we're the most uncomfortable as human beings, period. Because if that wasn't the case, then we would never learn how to walk. We never learn how to ride a bicycle. We never learn how to drive a car. We never learn how to write our names. I mean, think about it. We would still be in infancies. I mean, basically considered babies and whatnot, and not a fully developed adult or teenager or whatnot if we did not want to grow. It's just come on, family. That's what life's about, growing. So, anyways, let me know what you think. Think since it's been a year, give me your perspective in the comment section. I really want to hear it, and I will definitely respond. All right, take care. Remember, make money moves or live broke like a fool. Take care, family.